Hi and welcome to today's Spot On class. My name is Eva and today we're going to talk about Instagram marketing. Instagram marketing has become more and more important for many companies or entrepreneurs. All of us want massive followers, and of course we want to showcase our products and services on a platform that is used by so many people on a daily basis. However, if you start at zero, it's a little bit tricky to get to actually the following number that you want. If you're new to Instagram marketing, today we're going to talk about 6 simple steps on really how to get started and grow your following. In the past, I worked with dozens of companies who all started from zero, and while working with them, we developed a very simple method which is called the sprint method. My name is Eva and I'm the founder of the social media agency Inspired Social Media. We worked with a lot of companies in the past and helped them build their Instagram marketing. So while doing that, we developed a very simple 6-step method, which is called the sprint method. Also, the sprint means we go really fast. So usually in about 6 weeks, you have all your Instagram marketing up and running. And also at the same time, the sprint every letter stands for an individual step in the process. So we're of course starting with the S for strategy, because nobody should get started with anything if they don't know where they want to go. So the S is a really big and important one, and a lot of people want to skip that, but the S is the most important. So we start with strategy. The next one, the P, stands for profile. Of course, you have to have a profile to be active on the account, but this profile should also be really good. So you have to do a lot of effort in the beginning to really make sure that your profile is on point, because there are a lot of profiles out there and yours should be better good. The next point is the R, and the R stands for rebranding or branding, because a lot of companies forget that the branding they have should also be presented on Instagram. And there's also a lot of other really good content creators out there who create a very good brand on their Instagram account. So your branding needs to be on point. The next one is the I, and the I stands for the German word Inhalte, so meaning content. So actually you have different points on Instagram where you can have content. So you can have the Instagram feed, you have the Instagram stories that became really popular lately. You have IGTV and you have Instagram Live. So you want to make sure that you have enough content for all these different formats. The next point is the N for network, or also for followers. Because if you're producing all this great content, you really want to make sure that a lot of people, or as many people as possible, also see it. And the last point of the 6 steps is the T. T stands for tools, because there are a lot of really great and very helpful apps that help you really develop your content in a very structured and easy way. To make it a little bit easier for you to actually work with a sprint method, you also find a very detailed workbook here on the website that you can download and then really fill in step by step. Okay, so strategy. Let's dive in a little bit deeper. So what strategy actually wants to do is it wants to make your life a lot easier. Because if you don't know what you're doing, if you're, for example, a social media manager, if you're a marketing manager, every second day you think to yourself, wait a minute, what can I post today? And then, you have to come up with something, and then it takes you 20 minutes to write something down, take a picture, and all these things. So we don't want to do that. We want to have a strategy in place. Therefore, what's really helpful is if you come up with content series. A content series is something that you decide on once and then you can replicate it every week. So it's one content piece that you can showcase from different angles, let's put it that way. For example, if you would like to show your employees every Monday. So every Monday a new employee comes. So you can produce a lot of content up front already, and you already know what kind of format you have. You know, every Monday I'm showcasing one of my employees. That's the picture I'm using, that's the text I'm using, and that's the graphic maybe I use for this. So that will really help you make your life easier. The next point of the message was the P for profile. If you imagine that someone comes to your Instagram account, you know, they just found something somewhere from you and then they come to your profile. What they usually do is they really skim in about 10 seconds what you're about. So they read a little bit of your bio text, and then maybe they scroll up and down once, click on one or two pictures, and then they decide if they like you or not. If they like you, they will follow you, and probably the next 6 to 12 months until they unfollow you, which they should do, they will see a lot of content from you on a daily basis. So you're basically in their lives. But if they don't like what they see, or the biggest problem is if they don't understand what you're offering, they will go and probably never come back. So that's why it's so important that your profile is clear, showcasing what you're doing, and very easy to understand. The third step of the method is the rebranding or branding. I'm not sure about you, but if you look on Instagram and see what other people are doing, see what influencers are doing, you really see a lot of great branded content. So this content standard is pretty high at the moment. So what you don't want to do is that you just take random pictures that you have, maybe from events or products or PR, and you just put them all together and put them on your Instagram account, because that standard is not good enough in 2020 anymore. What you want to do is carefully select your brand colors, your fonts, and all the CI you have, and then really adapt it for your feed, for your stories, for your profile picture, for your highlight cover. So everywhere on Instagram you can find it, your brand should be in your branded CI. Now in step 4, when we come to Inhalt or content, that's actually the most important thing, because that's what people are going to see from you, and either they like it or they don't. And then you have two very different scenarios on Instagram currently that are mostly used. So first of all, you have the Instagram feed. And in the feed, it's important that all your little content pieces need to fit together so they're nicely matching and giving an overall impression of your brand. And then you have the stories. In the stories, you can be a little bit more everyday content. You don't have to plan everything so nicely, because it's not going to last there forever. After 24 hours, they're gone. So in the feed, you have to make sure that your content is kind of evergreen, and the stories you can also be more day-to-day. Step number 5 stands for network, or as many people call it, followers, because we know we all want followers. Everyone is interested in building a community of people who really see your stuff on a daily basis. So it's very important that you also have tools and tactics in place in the beginning to really make sure that, for example, if you start with 0 following, you consistently, not like peak, but consistently grow and become bigger. So your audience becomes wider, and also the efforts you made for content creation are seen by people, because nothing is more sad if you put a lot of effort in content creation and nobody sees it. So the last step of the 6-step Instagram sprint is the T, and it stands for tools, or also for apps. So everything you have out there, from little programs on your phone, apps on your phone, you can use. For example, one that's quite known is called Canva. So you can use all of them to make your life really easy, and you should use all of them to make your life easy. So usually it takes about 3 to 5 different apps during the process to get you from, starting from scratch to have your post ready. But once you know them, your life will be really easy. You can also find a specialized section on apps and tools in the workbook. Then you can have a deeper look which one is appropriate for every step of the content creation. So now that you know what the 6 steps are to get you from 0 followers and 0 content to actually create a profile that people want to follow and engage with, I would suggest that this process usually takes between 6 to 8 weeks, because don't underestimate how much work you actually have to do, especially in the beginning, like I said before, because the strategy is going to determine how much work you have to do during your everyday life after the account is set up and running. So these were the 6 steps to actually get your Instagram account up and running. I hope you enjoyed it. You can download the workbook here, which gives you a lot more detail and also examples on what exactly to focus on. There will be more spot-on masterclasses coming on other topics. You also find them here on the website. If you have questions to this class, just write me an email. You also find my contact directly in the workbook. Thanks for watching and have fun creating your Instagram account.